bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
From the Oval Office inside the Truman Presidential Museum and Library in Independence, Missouri, here's your host, Mike Shannon.
Our guest this time is Landon Rowland. Mr. Rowland is the chairman of the board of LINC, the Local Investment Commission. Welcome. Good to have you with us.
Great to be here.
What is LINC? I've heard the name. I see the building from time to time, but what is it? How did it come into existence, and what does it do?
We have over 2,000 volunteers and 36 commissioners and lots of partners, and they all would have a different idea about what LINC is, but it's essentially a community-based governance structure for reforming social service delivery in Jackson County and Kansas City, Missouri, and the counties it serves. And recently, the state of Missouri expanded our footprint to include 11 counties in the western side of the state, going as far as Chillicothe. We haven't yet figured out how we're going to address some of those responsibilities, but we were set up by the state to really provide oversight for the expenditure of funds in social service delivery in Kansas City and Jackson County. And it was done at a time when this was all a kind of a novel idea that we will help people go from welfare to work. We'll gather all the community resources to do that so that you not only find jobs, but you help people keep jobs.
Now, when did this come into existence? When
Came
was it
in 1992. John Ashcroft and Gary Stangler and Bert Berkeley of Kansas City were, I think, the essential collaborators and founders of this enterprise, and it has grown substantially since then. Our principal vehicle for work in the community is through partnerships with neighborhoods called caring communities. We work around school sites, communities in schools is our goal, bringing the resources of the community that are always there, often overlooked, bring them together in the school where parents, children, neighbors can find a way to access needed services.
Now, this is a state initiative. Is it also state funded?
To a great extent, it is state funded. We have expanded the funding base. We have some very talented managers at LINC who have found ways to take the accomplishments of neighbors, these caring community sites, and show people how this can be used elsewhere, not only in this country, but in foreign countries. And this has led people to think that they ought to support the work we're doing in Kansas City with grants. But it's essentially a kind of a quiet initiative. It tries to facilitate the work of other provider agencies, but at the same time making sure that those provider agencies meet standards of acceptable service, meet standards of cooperation with neighborhoods, and respond to neighborhood governance.
Well, where would you find staff from LINC if you went into, let's say, Independence? Where would they be located?
At the schools primarily, you would go, and in fact, if you go over to one of the schools here locally right this minute, there are about 11 site coordinators. These are the frontline managers for LINC. These are primarily, there's every age, ethnic background is represented among these managers. They start out to facilitate neighborhood governance. LINC is a bottoms-up organization. We take orders from neighborhoods and who gather around the schools. Schools are our partners. Of course, we also take orders to a certain extent, or take direction from the state of Missouri, and particularly as far as resources are concerned. We're
down to about a 30-second time period, so let me ask you a quick and I think important question. Do you use volunteers, and if so, can you use more?
We have about over 2,000 volunteers, and each one of these people has made very long and durable commitments to the LINC work. We're so proud of those people who have joined us and stuck with us in serving these neighbors and families, a burden which has increased markedly since the welfare to work, and we took all the women out of the houses and homes and told them they had to go to work.
Got to stop you there. Thanks very much for coming by, and that's Comcast Newsmakers for now. I'm Mike Shannon.
The preceding has been a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now, back to CNN Headline News.